Market recap for Friday the 17th of October 2025. Alright, so this market recap is simple. Market didn't really do much, right? Because last Friday we had this whole big dump and then we just consolidated on the daily chart, right? So for this day, the only two main PD arrays that I'm looking at is this high and the CE of it, right? So on the day, I'm not really like either bullish or bearish. I'm just trying to find the internal liquidity inside the day. However, on the 4 hour, as you can see, we already went down and we swept that low that said that would be low of the week possibly. And by the looks of it, we're just gonna go up, go down, go up, go down, go up, go down until we leave the range. Especially the fact that we are closing. Let me get back to the daily. What we're closing below this daily fair value gap right here. Boom, we were closing below it all them days, and now we opened above it. I still don't look at this as we're bullish. However, there is definitely like liquidity that I'm expecting price to go down to. So I'm not sure if they're gonna push price up first and then push it down this week later. Why? Because later, as you can see, today on Monday we have no news, Tuesday we have no news, Wednesday we have no news, and Thursday we have basically no news. However, on Friday, I think the government is opening back up and we're gonna have core CPI, flash PMI, and whatever right? So Friday could be a volatile day. So what does this make me think? I'm think like we're gonna have a seek and destroy bearish Friday. Think about it somewhat like this sense, like where okay, we're going up, we're going up, we're going up, and then one Friday we dump it again down, right? So let me just check out. Yes, there. Dump it down where? I don't know. It'll depend, right? It'll depend what today does, right? Because look, when you're looking at all these lines, I have 1, 2, 3 stacked sell side liquidities, right? And if we go down, take all this liquidity and hit this, which would be this daily CE level, right? The 0.5 right here. This to me is a high contender to be like low of the week or whatever low, right? That we can expand from to all-time highs again, right? However, if they don't want to push it down, that means they're going to push it up first. And then on Friday, Thursday, whatever, when the news drop, we're gonna do a second phase of dumping, right? So like the first phase right now, when they just dumped the market last Friday, and it was like, ooh, everybody got liquidated and whatever. Now maybe this week after the consolidation and then letting this whole week play out to go all the way back up, think people that we're going back to all-time high again and then dump again. See, it'll just depend on what the market really does, and then you just base it on the daily basis. I mean, every day, right? On whatever basis it does. Anyway, let's go to the recap for the actual day. Let me get rid of this. So I did not. I don't remember my trade actually. Let me just look at it at 9:30. Right. So 9:30 opens up. We have sell side liquidity. We already take liquidity. However, we come and generate relative equal lows. We go up. We go up. We go up. I'm not sure what we hit here, but let me just double check on the 4 hour. Just to make sure, right? See, all I'm saying in like I'm not sure about this, that is because we in this current range is literally seek and destroy or just going up and down. So it does not matter what PD array that I have to outline. Like it's some that I would already find before, like these PD arrays I would already find them before. So it doesn't really matter that much if I'm finding them or not. So let's just see if we reacted to anything on this 4 hour CB, and because that's the clearest thing to me right now. And like let's go to the lower time frame. You can see we go to the CE of it, overshoot it to be fair, but again, we do this and then we create this relative equal lows, right? No, this is the first relative equal lows. So this was the basis of my entry, and I got out just before the low, right? I normally always take my TP just before the low in case it does this exact same thing where it wants to create another relative equal lows. I saw so many people go do this and then just lose their head because it just doesn't actually take the low, right? And on top of that, you can see this blue line, which is the regular trading hours right there. There's the low of that under as well. So there's no way, especially that they're generating these amount of relative equal lows, it's not gonna come back down. Like it's gonna go up and leave it. There's just no way, right? So this trade was just I think it was a quick 1.5k for one account, and then I just ended the day. And as we can see, they're generating, this is a lunch low, this is a PM low, so it's obvious they're gonna dump it, but don't force the shorts, right? It's like they can take the whole week to dump it. It doesn't have to be today, right? This is how I used to get cooked back then. It doesn't have to be today, but it will be done this week for sure, right? Not for sure, I'd say 90%. That'll be done this week where it dumps. However, when that dump comes, I'm gonna be there. Should be easy, like a few Ks at least from whatever range it offers. But yeah, nothing too technical for the day. I didn't really care about too many PD arrays. It was genuinely just looking at what the market is doing, looking at where liquidity is. We've seen the market dump in what do you call it, from yesterday's Thursday AM session. It dumps, then on the close it dumps, consolidate for Asia, London, and to dump right in London, and then New York started the push, right? So if I'm gonna, if my normal model would be at least getting price at discount, right? So it would be a buy. That's if I was bullish, and at the time that I traded, I didn't need to wait for my model. I just did the other one. So now you see that we went down to discount. So once we go up there and go back to discount, that's enough. However, mine says discount then liquidity. What would be liquidity? This won't be liquidity. This would be liquidity. So it'd have to take this low and then PD array. So it'd have to hit a PD array at this range. And you see it didn't do that, which means this day or Monday or whatever the next following days are very suspect to look for shorts. Long in the market right now does not make sense, and I'm looking for if Monday here is going to make relative equal highs with this Thursday, right? Because again, the expectation was going up here and dumping, but we didn't have time. Anyway, that's why I'm not going to be possibly trading Monday, because I don't see any high probability scenarios. I can see the manipulation coming from left, right, and center, especially how clean early this week was, right? This low was obvious, this high was obvious, this low was obvious, this dump was obvious. Like the price delivery from Monday to Thursday last week, last week basically, or this week in terms of this video, was clean, right? Friday was the iffish one, and then if they're gonna start iffy days, then hey, Monday is possibly gonna be the same, so there's no point to be in it. Anyway, that's the market recap. Let me just last time check the new daily opening gap if I missed anything, and closing price was here. See, it offered midnight price, it was below midnight price. Closing price is at 18 here, so the new daily opening gap offered there. So yeah, nothing much, it's just basic price action for the week. Anyway, recap, peace out.
Peace the fuck out, man.